up today. 2024 gave us a couple of very big albums. Towards the end of the year, we had, Rema in July, on I think July 10 or something like that, came up with the the album. Whiskey dropped as well. Big artists dropping records. Davido in 2025 with the 5 album. We know Buju dropped as well as Benson dropped. Olamide has dropped. Burna Boy has dropped, and a couple of other people, other top art. Kiss Daniel dropped that one, the Lemon Chase, and quite a couple of other people as well have dropped albums in the past couple of months. Right now, it's the 2024-2025 album season, and people have been talking about who exactly is the real MVP. I've got my MVP.
Who's your MVP?
I think everyone did well.
Who?
I think everyone is my MVP.
Everybody cannot be your MVP because I'm not going to accept that answer.
They are the most valuable players for me. So to be honest, when you talk about the big stars of the Afrobeat industry, you talk about Olamide with Olamide album, Wizkid with Mariah album, Rema with his album, Davido with 5 album, Burna Boy with No Sign of Weakness, the album as well. There's Benson with Captain. There's been a lot of other records as well. There's been loads of other records as well, other projects rather. Kiss Daniel with the Lemon Chase, lovely songs, out there. I think these guys really have done well. But when people start saying, "Oh, I prefer this album to this album," there's been loads and loads of polls online, people voting for their favorite album, favorite artist. It's a season where people now compare the album. First and foremost, should this album be compared?
I think that's just the industry we're in at the
moment. We can't avoid it, right?
Would always do this. I don't think anyone should have a problem with it. People would always pitch this album against this album, that against that. I think that's standard, no problem. I think personally, yes, people, even you personally, if you listen to this, you want to know which you enjoy the most.
Yes.
So it's not really a problem. Fans would always compare. As regards what the best is,
MVP,
I want to leave that to the award bodies, right? I want to be looking forward to.
Voila.
I was looking forward to the Eddies. You know why? Headies promised to have 2 Eddies this year.
Yeah.
Right? I'm looking forward to how they're going to pull that off because they are way behind.
They're way behind, yeah.
I want it for them. But based on how the last edition was held, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to happen. I think that was supposed to be, set the tone for the next bit. But they've got so many people angry that we don't know what's
definitely going to happen. Even some awards were not presented on stage for some award winners. Yeah.
So those are some of the things. I don't think they plan to give all these what's it called, politicians awards on the day. So now those ones carry awards go. Yeah. In terms of albums, all these names you've mentioned, I'm pretty sure they'll be in the running for the album of the year. And there's still albums to come. We know there's Omale Clarity of Mind that's incoming. We know there's Big Tony incoming.
Yes.
We know there's Fola's album incoming, which is also talked about. We know there's Odumodu's Black album, The Machine is coming.
Yes.
There's quite a lot. There's Peruzzi is also working on an album. We can name them. There's quite a lot of them. And you see, there's also Ayomaf who's dropped an album.
Oh yes, Ayomaf as well.
I don't know how far that's going to go. I know the likes of these other guys, young guys who are coming up now, the likes of Shode, Berry Tiger. These other guys, they are coming in to drop albums. There's Barry J who's also dropped something. So there's quite enough for us to enjoy as musicians, as fans, right? There's still more to come, and I think this is what we should be doing. This is what we should be. You should let people. We should be. What's that word? This is what we should be encouraging from these artists. They need to drop projects, more body of work, and I will never get tired of it. I'm looking forward to more albums. So far, I've been enjoying what's been dropping. Buju, Burna, David, Wiz. These guys have been dropping.
Olamide as well.
Olamide. So it's what we are. We just want them to maybe perhaps up the tempo a little bit. Let us have those classics. In fact, we need like debut albums. We keep talking about what are the best debut albums.
Yes.
Out of from Afrobeat.
Space. Yeah.
You still
Yeah.
go as far back as Two Face, go back as far back as Wande Cole, Wizkid, right?
Shantizu
I
back
think
back in the days.
the last time we even had someone have like such a debut album was who? Was Fireboy, right? That
Amazing
was worthy
album.
of being called one of the classics.
2019
Yeah, that's been then. So I think with all these things that we have listened to, the young ones have a bit of work on their hands.
on their hands.
They
Yeah.
need to come up. They need to come up correct. We need something in the 2020s and above
Definitely.
to say, yeah, it
Definitely.
deserves to be, mentioned in the same vein as these
Definitely.
other ones that we've mentioned.
Definitely. Definitely. Anyways, is there any album you've listened to out of all this album that you think maybe it could be better?
It would be hard to pick one and say it could be better. Some of these guys, I mean, that's where their own limitation. That's where it start. I mean,
Yeah.
that's where you
Yeah.
meet them.
Yeah.
I think Ayomaf was a bit experimental. He tried something new, and I think to his core Gen Alpha fans, they probably like that. I think we as millennials do not. Yeah, we don't go like that in terms of these albums, and I think that's why it will be harsh for me to say, oh, it can be better when I know that I'm not actually the target market. I'm not Gen Alpha. I mean, these are the young, yeah, they are the young cops, right? They are
Yeah.
the young fan base. They feel those kind of things. That sort of music they would like. So I'm not in the best possible space to say, oh, it can be better.
Yeah.
Buju's album was actually quite good. I think he deserves some kudos for coming up with such a good body of work.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was some criticism for some areas. I think there's always this talk about monotonous or not. I think sometimes artists have a signature that people know them for, and
Yeah.
that doesn't particularly mean they are monotonous. That's their sound. It will be hard for them to say. I think Ayamaf also suffered from something similar
Yeah. Yeah.
at the hands of these guys. Yeah, I think they need to first explore what they are known
Known for,
for quite
yeah,
a while
that
before they
signature
now
style
attempt a
and
switch.
everything.
Um,
Definitely.
which one did I say could be better? I can't really pick one and say one could be better, but I've been enjoying quite a lot of these guys. I'm actually looking forward to quite a bit more guys that I'm touting to be really, really good.
Yeah.
Like Shode. I mean,
Should they?
if you check my Spotify, if I could check my rap right now, you see that he ranks up on there because he
On
dropped
there,
really good songs.
a couple of good songs. Yeah. Yeah.
Each other young artists. I know Kumi dropped
An AP. Yeah.
EP a while back, but he still needs to explore that space, that slow love song in Yoruba
Mm-hmm.
space quite a while. Looking forward to Fola to drop an album. I think Belashmada mentioned interview recently and said
Yeah.
he's dropping an album. If there's anybody, in fact, I'm touting him as the one person that can actually.
Did you see the video of him and Nice? When Nice was
Yeah,
hugging him, and Nice was actually a legend. Like Nice was, was being a fanboy for
yeah,
Fola, and that was really good to see. He didn't.
yeah.
I like the fact that he didn't. He wasn't forming. I'm a legend. There, you should. It was. I
Yeah,
would like you going. Uncle Jenny, going like we love you here. Going like I really love you. He was even singing the song that I really love you. That and was praying for him. Was
wow.
praying for him. Was hugging him. He was like he will pray for him again. He will hug him again. Pray for him again. He will hug him again. Like, have you seen that video?
I've not. I need to go and check it.
I need to show you. I need to show you that video. That video was heartwarming, and that kind of gave kind of gave Nice some another respect in my book because some artists would not. He literally
So
was.
think they are big, right?
You could tell that he was happy to see Fola. Like he was the one who was trying to now become. I'm your fan. Like, bro, I'm
Yeah,
your. Can't you see me? I'm your fan.
yeah, yeah.
Was really was
That's
really
good. That's good to see.
Even Fola was, I think Fola was starstruck, was
Mm-hmm.
also getting that kind of reaction. So he didn't know how to respond.
Yeah,
He didn't know how to respond. Whether he should he didn't know how to respond. He was just, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Uncle James, I go, uncle, you are oh boy.
he's
It
got
was
talent.
really,
He's
really
got
good
talent.
to see. It
Mm,
was really, really good to see.
mm.
Yes, Fola is one artist that I'm also expecting loads of big things from. But Big Lala, in terms of this album thing, people have been talking, and Nigerians, social media, they are looking at the Apple Music charts
Hmm?
every now and then. to judge which album. Oh, this album came out last month, is on number 11 now. This one came out last 7 months. People are saying, oh, Mariah's album from Whiskey 7 months ago is still at number 5, blah, blah, blah. Or Spotify is at number 4, or number 5, or Apple Music at number 6, and all of that. Does that mean that the albums that have gone below Mariah are less quality than Mariah, or Mariah is just too good? Like, I don't know. They are using the chat to make this comparison, this MVP thing we're talking about right now. People are using the chat to determine who is a real MVP or not. Is that a good metric to use?
In my books, it will never be a good.
I know, like you are totally anti chats thing. Of course, in the market.
It's sometimes it's so easy to game the system. And
Mm.
what other way can you safely game decisions when you have the most crazy fan base? Like
True.
everything is like a cheat code, right? That's what they are. They are like a cheat code,
Hmm.
and which is why Wiz is, people. A lot of people wish they had something like FC. They always warm up to FCs because they know they can do and do.
They can, exactly.
They are now them plenty pass, right? And if you have so many people who are crazy about Whiskey, right? They will go the extra mile. In fact, anything Whiskey drops, they like. So they themselves are they are an industry. FC as they are like that. They are an industry by themselves.
By themselves.
So, and they are a machinery for Wiz himself because they are that important. They are that important for Wiz assets on all these platforms. Because if they decide, today they want to get Wiz debut album onto number 1, they can actually do it.
They can do it. Yeah, they can do it.
They can do it. Wetin go chop? Subscription for how many of them? Are they up to like 300,000? Again, you see all these platforms like Apple Music. How many people actually use Apple Music?
Apple Music.
That's why I don't take it serious. It's not. It can never be the metric of what's the best album or the biggest album in Nigeria. I would reject it if that's what people think it is. It can never be why I would think this album is the most performing, because it's probably the least. Is the most sophisticated app, right? Because it's part of the iPhone and Apple devices, right? But how many people actually subscribe for it in Nigeria? Up until recently, when they've allowed some banks now to be able to, pay dollar transactions.
Transaction, yeah.
We couldn't for quite a while. Even when we could, how many people were users of Apple Music? And there's competition. There's Spotify. And I'm also sure that there's more Spotify users in Nigeria than Apple Music. You know other apps? You know what other apps that is more users of? There's more Boomplay users. There's more Audiomack users than Apple Music. So that cannot be my yardstick. So unless there's some sort of metric for you to find out what are the numbers on all these other platforms, and these other platforms have different ways of measuring what's the top album. They don't do total streams. Not all of them do.
Yeah, I don't even think fans coming together to put the album to number 1 makes the album the best. Like, we know that
how do we now know it's the best then? What do you think should be the best way?
I think it's just that the industry is quite filled with a lot of yes men at these days. I think when they are neutrals who rate an album,
there's nobody's a neutral. Everybody get their bias. Everybody get their everybody.
So how then do we know? How then do we know an album that is really good, the real MVP for these albums and everything?
It has to be across the platform.
Yeah, but most of these fans are across every platform. They are ready to do. There's one base station thing that they do these days. Base station or station base or whatever the name is, where they come together and do like a streaming party and all of that. The day Burna Boy was supposed to drop an album, I saw a tweet from Whiskey FC saying, "Oh, Whiskey FC, we have a party tonight. Please join in. If you don't have money, take this transfer, take this airtime. You must join," and everything. Like, literally just recruiting everyone, all because Burna Boy was about to drop an album. And just to stop it from being number 1. Like, it's just very funny.
You know what made it number 1, self? It's actually the neutrals, people who don't care about all these things, because naturally they would gravitate towards.
They would. And I think the neutrals are much more than any of these fan bases.
True.
The neutrals, the people who don't care, they are much more in number. People who will listen to Whiskey when it drops, who listen to Davido when it drops, who listens to Burna Boy when it drops, they don't care about whether, oh, this person is no. They just want to listen to good music. Listen and give their own rating unbiased. Simple as that. And I think those ones are the ones who are still going to win eventually. Anyways, guys, that is all we have for now. Big Lala, I said, guys, it is up to you to determine. So tell us, guys, who exactly do you think is the real MVP, the 2024-25 Afrobeat album season? Yes, it is season. It is season, guys. From Rema down to Burna Boy right now, loads of people have released albums back and forth. Young artists, older artists, legends or no legend. Everybody has been releasing art projects, either an EP or albums. Please tell us, what do you think is your best and who has been your best in terms of the real MVP in this whole 2024-25 album season? Big Lala said, I don't have any favorite. Me too. I don't have any favorite. I love all of
I don't
them.
have any favorite.
I love all of them.
I don't
All
want to
of
talk
them.
anybody. I love all of them too.
Yeah, I love all of them. But
love all.
please, if you think you've got anyone that you love the most, your favorite, please drop them down below in the comment section. Of course, follow us as well on social media, Gusto TV Africa on all platforms, and on Spotify. Please listen, search for Gusto, TV. Is it Gusto TV? No, Afrobeats Roundup on Spotify. Please, Gusto Media Afrobeats Roundup on Spotify, and listen to the full episode. Please let us know what you think about Davido as well and the trolls. When will enough really, really be enough? These guys are humans as well. Burna Boy is no sign of weakness. The review, we've done it already. But what do you think about the album? What are you rating it? Big Lala has not rated it. That was going to be the last thing I was going to ask Big Lala. But yeah, let me tell you guys that Burna Boy's review is up. Please let's know what you think about it. And of course, we've got Dami Crane on the beat. Yes, what exactly is Dami Crane up to with the album names? Going after every other artist, and of course, going after their dates as well, confusing the fans, confusing the neutrals. What do you think about Dami Crane? What exactly should Dami Crane get help with? Or do you think this is working for him or not? Also, Burna Boy tackling Davido allegedly on a song with the whole frog and lip and 44 and governor perimeter, all of those things. Put your comment down below. Let's know what you think about everything. Big Lala, before we go, no sign of weakness over 10. What is your rating? I'm going to cut this video separately, even if it's just 5 seconds.
I know it. I think we already passed
now. 3, 2, 1.
We don't pass.
Big Lala, your rating for Burna Boy's No Sign of Weakness album.
When next you bring me on and then we have another conversation, you can ask me for rating. Right now, it's in the wrong space.
Let me write
it down. It's in the wrong timeline to ask for rating.
Let me write it down.
Yeah, write it down.
Rating.
Put that for your notes app. Can't share the notes app with me.
Yeah, that rating for Burna Boy's No Sign of Weakness album is going to start the new episode of Afrobeat Roundup in the next one, guys. Don't forget. If I forget, you guys must remind me. We'll see you guys on the next one. Big Lala, thanks for coming to the show today, and we'll see you guys on the very next one. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well and support us with everything. If you think there's a comment or there's a discussion we need to discuss, please put them down below. I'll be right here to do justice to them. We'll see you on the next one, guys. Peace.